That's me, damn it.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. I was giving some good comedy gold there, but anyway.
I'm glad nobody heard what you said.
What did I say?
That I was going to talk about later.
Oh. Oh. Hey, Darren, if I know you're a member of the Patreon, my Uncensored show is coming up on there. I put it up on there, but Wes has to publish it or something, maybe. And I got some good Asia Argento stuff on there, so you will want to see that. Uh-oh, I got 7 people now. I got 4 people and 3 bots. That's all I can afford.
I don't even get any bots when I do mine.
No, you have to pay for them to get more viewers.
Oh, do you?
No. Yeah, you do, but I ain't paying nothing. So hopefully everybody can hear me now. I know everybody wants to hear me now. Yeah. And you picked a good time to skip the Vaughn Live because my internet went out for a little bit. So I decided just to cut my losses and tape it. So I taped the Uncensored show and played some naughty videos. It made fun of Aja dancing and taking a bath and stuff. So, well, anywho.
No, Steve licked the screen when that was going on.
So, it's been a heck of a... I'm off for a week. I took a week's vacation, and I ended up getting... I take 4 days vacation, and I ended up getting like 9 or 10 days off in a row. So I'm very happy. I'm not going to be laying around very much of that. I have to, I'm going to do a little painting and some other, not painting pictures like an artist, painting a wall that the dogs have scratched up. So, and then do some other things. But, you know, I guess everybody's kind of hyped. Let me see what's I got here. How about that? How about those things? How about that? So let's see if I can add one that allows me to. Nope. All right. So let's try this. It's very aggravating. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, there we go. We'll just cover the stupid thing for now. And let's see. All right. So, a bunch of releases got announced. Today, or not today, this week. Let's go back to my homepage. Body Count. Your buddy Barry's watching it. I like to call that the outdoor bathroom slasher.
What, the green bathroom?
Yeah, they go in the bathroom and it's just way too much time in that bathroom. There's Fabio, everybody.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, this is the big... Severin's releasing... Or not Severin. Yeah, it is Severin. They're releasing... They announced some releases. And it's Drop Dead Fred with Phoebe Cates, which I think that's one of the last movies she was in before she went AWOL.
And ain't that guy that played Fred, ain't he dead now?
Yeah, he died. Rick Mayall. He was in The Young Ones. And I guess this Midnight is the, what's his name from Night of the Living Dead. Day of Judgment, I'm not sure if we've seen that, but if we did, I mean, I could just assume it's bad.
I think I've seen part of it, but not all of it.
And then there's a Giallo called The Fourth Victim with Carol Baker, which that might be pretty cool. So we'll have to wait and see. Death Screams. I think I watched that a couple weeks ago. Not just off the cuff. Is that a saying? I mean, it's one of those things where you see them and I've never heard of it. Or, hey, it's me. Hey, there's Tiffany. Oh, no. That cat
stole his hair.
I think that's a Photoshop, Dana. But everybody's going crazy about Nothing But Trouble.
I didn't ever think that was a very good movie.
I mean, I guess it's kind of weird. Ooh, what's this? Star Vehicle?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. Night of the Bloody Apes. There you go. It's a 4K restoration. 10K uncut and guts. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Oh. It is. I've had this one forever, and it shows like open heart surgery.
What,
a real
surgery. Get banned?
I'm sure.
Wasn't it part of the video nasty thing?
I don't know.
Darren will probably.
Fourth Victim is okay. Gets better towards the end. Well, as long as it gets better. Is this Paranormal Activity? Jammy Jazz. I always thought Katie Featherton was pretty attractive. But I think I saw her at a convention, but I don't know. I wasn't gonna go. Hey, I think you're hot. Here's
We're not putting Alone in the Dark out on 4K, are we?
No. Here's my wife, by the way. So I guess they're releasing Halloween 2. No, actually, it says 2, but it is Halloween 2, 3, and 4 on 4K.
Awesome. Okay. I'm
Wow.
happy now.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
They're releasing Highlander on 4K. But I don't know if that movie's going to look that much better. Are they releasing Howling on 4K? But it's a British release.
That's all right.
Is it? Clockwork Orange on 4K. Shawshank Redemption on 4K.
Look at that.
Evolution on Blu-ray Steelbook, which I've never seen that movie, and it doesn't seem like a big deal to. The Never-Ending Story on German. 4K. The guy looks like Jeff Bridges. It is Jeff Bridges.
Is that Jeff Bridges?
Yeah. I thought he had cancer and he had his head. He lost all his hair, but I guess he's.
Well, that explains why he's so skinny.
Well, I'm glad he's doing better. And there's some more releases. This Through the Fire is supposed to be bad, and it was also named Blair. I was if you hadn't checked the Facebook page, I was on Vaughn Live, and I did a screening of Top Seduction with Finnick, and Rosaba Neri, and I did my uncensored show, but just as I began that, my internet went out. So I taped it, and it is on the Patreon. I believe you are a patron, so it should be available soon. It was uploaded, so Wesley's just got to maybe link it. I don't know I don't know the back end. But
you were missed last week.
Thank you guys. I feel good. I feel great that people miss me. I missed you guys there. I was so lonely with my wife and my dogs.
That feels
no.
weird.
Well, anyway, Through the Fire is supposed to be like Gates of Hell. Killer's Delight is based on. I don't know if it said it was based on the Ted Bundy killings or something, but I can't remember which serial killer it is. But it's basically a serial killer movie, and the cops after him, and then the serial killer goes after his woman. It's more of a police movie. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a horror movie, but
Didn't you watch that?
yeah, it's okay. The Lamp, as far as I can remember, it's decent.
Is that the one that's called The Outing?
Yeah, and it's been on YouTube and other places for a while, and decent copies. Whoa! $15.
Your thoughts on the Screen Factory Halloween titles on 4K?
My thoughts are. I will go into that very in depth for that very nice super chat or money. I'm expecting that they look good. Obviously the Blu-rays look good. To me, I think that the of the three that they're I'm most interested in part 3. And hey, give me the ones for part 3, please.
Oh, the Spanish?
Yeah. Well, and part 2 is part 4. I'm not that, because the mask is so horrible. I believe in that I really don't care about part 4. And we've got 2 of the 3 sphincters. Oops. Sorry. But we got 2 of them, and I got which one I want.
The witch is...
No, this one.
Oh, you got Mr. Pumpkin in it.
Pumpkin with his underwear.
With candy in it.
It's got candy in his underwear. So these were like $24, and they I guess they lost the license or something, and they went down to $12. And I bought the Witch, which hasn't even been shipped yet, so I don't know if I'm getting it or not.
Oh, you'll get it.
But Dana? You have? I'm sure you got more in-depth thoughts for those than I do.
Well, I haven't had a chance to try them out yet.
No. The 4K releases of Halloween 2, 3, and 4. And that's a weird. I don't know.
I'm actually very excited about them coming out because at first I thought Halloween 2 wasn't even coming out, but we found out it is coming out. So I've got the first one in a regular 4K, and then I've got the Steelbook 4K as well, which has awesome artwork. So I don't expect to double dip or triple dip or whatever on the first one, but I'm definitely going to get the second, third, and fourth because Steve said the mask is shitty, but the movie itself is not bad.
They're also doing a 4K release through Screen Factory of the original, so the first 4 movies are coming out apparently.
Okay, so does that mean there's going to be extra stuff on there that's not on these?
I mean, I assume
that would be the only way that
the Screen Factory might have some the extras, but I don't know. I'm not gonna double dip on. I got the Steelbook of Halloween 4K, and I have Dana has. She got the. Didn't you get the regular edition of the Halloween 4K? And you got the Steelbook too.
Yeah, because the Steelbook was so awesome. The artwork was so awesome.
Wow. What is better? Well, first of all, Red, I'm going to have to look who the hell that is or what that is.
Mahina Zaltain, is that wrestlers or something?
No, I don't know.
Oh my God, they're porn people. Well, I have no comment on that.
It bring up something that said muscular daddies with big cocks, and I'm not going for that. You almost got me. I almost clicked on that. We'll click on that on the Uncensored show. Hey, the poets.
The poet.
And also this is a pretty cool steelbook of the Thing on 4K.
Anthony says, I wonder what more extras they could even throw on the first film. I got the Best Buy steelbook of the first film as well.
I don't know what extras they can dig up anymore. I mean, really.
Well, Darren said it would be worth it if they could get all the extra footage for Halloween that Don May Jr. mentioned.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna. That kind of stuff is usually gone unless somebody saved it from the garbage pile. But definitely the Thing. I mean,
somebody might have the fourth.
This September and October is going to be a very expensive month. And then you got
the Toolbox. I'm getting the Toolbox Murders on 4K.
And then God Told Me To.
I may not get God Told Me To right off, but.
Well, you know, Darren, if they did like a Crystal Lake Memories documentary that's 4 hours long, and then we're gonna have to sit and listen to Busta Rhymes talk about his inspiration for.
I don't need that.
Maybe we'll get behind the scenes footage of him practicing his line of "Trick or treat, motherfucker." They're going off in there, Danny.
That's my Instapot.
Well, you better go in there in an instant and get it. Toolbox Murders is good, but I mean, it definitely does not live up to that first few minutes or so. But I remember they actually showed some of that on 60 Minutes when it came out or something, or because they were showing violent movies and they showed some of that, and I Spit on Your Grave. It was pretty funny. And then you get a coupon, you can get Saw for under $14, which who cares? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a big Saw person. The first movie is good, and I did like the second one a little bit. I started watching the Spiral, which I don't know. I don't even know if I'll finish it. I probably will, but also a big one for me is From Dusk to Dawn. Can you imagine how cool and how really cool
want that one.
the soundtrack's going to sound. It's coming out in late.
Screen 4K.
Yeah, Screen 4K is coming out.
Ooh, cool.
So, I mean, yeah, there's some good stuff. Dead Again is pretty good. I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not getting that in 4K.
I have to.
Well, Dana will get it for us, so, but I'm not, because the Blu-ray looks good enough for me. Was it, what was the name of that song? Was it
Pretty late.
Pretty Lady.
I can't remember the rest of it.
Pretty Lady. Hey, Pretty Lady!
They said they made that song for that Kelly Nichols
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done any more 4Ks of Tarantino's movies, like the older ones, like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. I don't even think like Inglourious Bastards is out, or Django Unchained.
Do you think Tarantino doesn't want them in 4K?
No, I mean, I think the thing is that they were tied up with Miramax, and I don't know about all that. I think that was part 3 or 4, where the guy fell into he got drowned by pig guts. And the only reason I watched that movie is to see that scene, because I think Wes was, and then Aaron was talking about it. And Karate Kid, you can get
I have that one.
you can get it for $12, which is insane. This one I've tried to watch a few times. This Illustrious Corpses. I have it in my Giallo folder, but I don't know if it's a Giallo or not. I mean, it seems like it is. And of course, you know, after you get your, you know, you spend money and buy something from the UK, they release it on 4K here, which is
I knew that was happening.
Oh yeah, but the thing is.
Oh, it's a special limited edition.
Right, limited till they sell them all, which probably, I know they had the Demons 2, a lot of extra copies of that, but this maybe they repackaged them into this. Oh, yeah, Rob Zombie's Halloween would be. That should be on like really grainy VHS. And then, but the
so fuzzy you can't see it.
Demons 1 and 2, they're using the same transfer as the one in Arrow did, but you know, he says he's doing a couple tweaks, which maybe they're fixing some of that audio and giving it a better soundtrack, or maybe it's going to be in, you know, 5.1 or whatever. But one thing is really cool. You're going to get an invitation to that party of the chick in part 2. So.
You met her, didn't you?
Yeah, very good looking lady. Still is, at least in 10 years ago. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with mine. I think Dana is going to get it, but you know, I'm not going to. I can't keep buying movies over and over, especially the 4Ks, because unless I see a completely cleaned up transfer, I don't think that I'm gonna care. I mean, you know.
Wow.
Well, Darren, I haven't done that. I did wait till I forgot which ones. They probably came out from Anchor Bay here when all the other films came out, but I definitely saw Demons and Demons 2.
Maniac Cop.
Well, you got all the Maniac Cop trilogy is on 4K now, which is crazy.
Are they all the unrated versions?
I mean, I would assume, but I don't know. Yeah, don't get it. Hey, he'll show up later in your jacuzzi with an Uzi. I watched Dead and Buried from Joe Bob the other day.
I still like that movie.
It's okay, but I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, there's the film looks so grainy in certain parts. I'm sure there's no way of cleaning that up. So, honestly, I'm okay with the DVD I got.
I want the 4K, but I don't really want to spend what they're asking for right now.
No, I mean there's so much of that money. You can't spend all that. And of course, Dana got the big "I Spit on Your Grave." They won an award, guys, a special award. But
really?
and then they're releasing the non. I think they are going to come back with the spheres, but they're showing a non-sphere one here.
So even after they sold out of them, they're going to make more?
I don't know. I think so. Madman 4K would be good, yeah.
Wes would be all over that.
Yeah. I did get the Demons 1 steelbook, and I love the artwork and everything, and so I'm happy with that. But yeah, they still got tons of those left. I think they overestimated. Everybody who likes it's going to get it, but I don't know. It's not going to be like a mainstream title, like some stuff. Frankenstein's Daughter, that would be no dice. Ultraman.
You want to get Ultraman, don't you?
No. It's something that would be. Maybe that was Death Screams.
Did I watch that one with you?
I don't know. This doesn't seem like something I've seen. Because it's got that...
Did we see something called Night Scream?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Death Screams. It's different.
And yes, I am getting at least the first Torn of the Corn on 4K.
No.
Yes, I am. I have the Arrow.
Outlander!
We have your woman.
I didn't think that was a very good movie. Sorry. But,
Well, what they did with it's
what
based
they
on
did?
a short story, so you don't
I
have much
know.
material to work with anyway.
And then they showed that I like that it's Beyond Darkness instead of Beyond the Darkness. But I've seen this one, and of course they were selling the Evil Dead 5 slipcase. Dana loves House of Death, so and it's coming from Arrow. She made me watch that. I'm sure you've seen or heard the commentary we did for that. And it's like watching, it's really bad quality. So, I'm sure she'll want to get that. It's got Hysteria Continues commentary. I was thinking, I saw both of those, but it's been a while, but always heard that Kathy's Curse was some big deal, and it's a very strange, and it's a very Canadian movie. But I don't know. But Darren was saying that Death Screams is House of Death.
Okay.
So you want that right?
Yes, sir. I do.
It's coming from Arrow. Let's go look. I'll find when it comes
When's
out.
it coming out?
Probably
I thought
September.
that was the other title for that, maybe.
It's September.
Okay, I'm getting that.
I tell him that we had to watch. You made me watch that.
We did a commentary.
I know.
And you never want to watch it again.
Unless there's some nudity in it. And I can actually see.
Yeah, there is nudity.
Okay, well I can see it this time. So this is a big one that I really liked. The early 2000s Brotherhood of the Wolf. It's got Monica Bellucci in it, looking good, and then it's like when the French were. That's when some of the French stuff was just like coming in, like High Tension and all that stuff. And it's got martial arts in it.
You don't really like High Tension, though, do you?
I like it. I just don't. They need to edit out the last bit for the twist, but it doesn't make sense. But that's just me. And looks like you got to wait another month, pretty much, to get, or at least the 27th for the crystal plumage of your bird to come out.
Are those singles of I Spit on Your Grave movies out now?
It seemed that way.
Because what I was going to tell people, if you haven't thought about it before, is don't. I would recommend you buy that set like I did because you get the documentary.
Well, Cameron, I mean, if you ordered it from them, from Severin, I assume if you got it during the sale and they didn't sell out of the slip covers, you will get the Evil Dead one. I'm not sure. I didn't order it, so I don't know if it was a special thing you had to hit a drop down for to pick a certain version, but hopefully not. Hopefully you got the right. And I don't really recall that one being that good, but it's been so long it's kind of hard to remember. And that's a good thing of whatchamacallit, V for Vendetta.
Oh gosh, Chernobyl's out.
That's a show. HBO miniseries thing.
I thought I seen something about that. Okay. Ooh, there's the thing.
Oh, they did a Synapse podcast. They're doing like Severin.
Mm-hmm.
The last Severin podcast was super short. Then they played a lot of the music from the movies, which is okay, but that's a good deal. I gave like $14 or $15 for Scarface. And then Spartacus is good. I got the Steelbook. And then I got the Steelbook for like $10, but then they announced, hey, it's coming on 4K. And I said, well, I'm not getting it.
Is Tony Curtis in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good, but it's not something I want to watch.
Steve's got the Big Lebowski.
I took advantage of that deal. Eastbound and 9. Gonna keep on tucking. They're gonna do what they can't be done. I need to get Raiders of Atlantis, but I didn't want to spend that much extra money right now. I'm sure that's going to be around. I cannot think that that's going to get sold out anytime soon. Oh, shit.
Miss Chunky Butt there.
Yeah. It's smiling at you.
That's gross.
Nuh-uh.
Well, Lies Beneath, that's a good movie.
Boom. That look.
Steve likes that.
300's great, in my opinion.
I have the Blues Brothers 4K.
You do.
I have Animal House 4K.
You do.
Well. Steve got it for me for my birthday.
I did. Some Shaw Brothers. Teaser. Let's go back. I want to go back. Full cam.
Oh.
Let me get some energy.
Steve's going to make himself in 3D the next time.
I am?
Yeah, you'll have to wear your 3D glasses.
Oh, my Freddy ones?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to get some of those off of eBay or something.
I got some. I got one. I had a
No, I mean people that want to see it in 3D.
It'll come in the TV guide. Like they used to do.
Steve, you should tell them we're going to do some more promotional material for our shows when I get my new toy in.
From Adam and Eve.
No.
We're sponsored by Adam and Eve.
No.
So you just use, you go to Adam and Eve and / the captain and you get 10% off one item.
Steve, people might really try to do that.
And you get 15% off any medium-sized dildos.
What about cock rings and stuff?
Cock rings. Johnny cock ring.
Nipple clamps. Steve likes those.
They hurt. I need to get the Blu-ray of Delamore de la Mort. But that thing's pretty expensive, ain't it? Still. Do you know what I'm talking about, Dana?
Yeah, but I don't know what the cost is on it.
Yes, Ken, they are. Actually, Halloween, the first Halloween's coming again. And Halloween 4. So you're getting the first 4 movies. I want that Schwartz. Delamort Schwartz.
What
In
the
the
heck is that?
in the dreams begin responsibilities. That's a great one. Well, I don't know, Ken. Maybe they'll include some
3
more.
to 4 hours of outtakes will be worth it to me for me to get
Well,
it.
yeah, I mean that would be the only way. Ah, a good question, Darren. Let me go to full cam. So yes, I watched the full thing. Dana saw some of it, but I
Yeah,
watched
it was pretty
Fear
good.
Street, 1994, and I mean the first part of it was really slasher. I thought it was going to be kind of a slasher. I didn't know it was going to have supernatural stuff, but it was. I liked it overall, and I didn't know it was going to be.
But it's definitely more adult than the books were because I read some of the books.
I didn't know it was going to be more of a connected trilogy of movies, it sounds like. I just thought it was going to have one movie in one time period and one in another, but apparently that's not the case. It just seemed kind of strange that I was telling Dana I couldn't tell if some of those chicks were black or white or what.
I couldn't tell either.
The main chick has a black brother. I mean, I don't know why it was something that I thought of. As I was like, and then the little short girl with the black hair, I was like, I can't tell what if you're white or black or I don't know.
Ken's wanting to know if you got your Dead and Buried UHD.
No, sir.
He got his yesterday.
I'm not buying that, sir. I mean, it's an okay film. I watched it again on Shudder, so I'm good for a while.
It's a really creepy film, and I want to get it, but like I said, I don't really want to give that price.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you're going to wait and possibly, maybe Black Friday, it might go down. You might get a few bucks off of it. So I don't know if that'll happen, but it's worth waiting for because I don't think there's going to be a shortage of those movies.
Or at least that's what Steve tells me.
That's what I say. I mean, first of all, I don't know how much of a run they make, but I would assume it'd be the same and comparable to a Blu-ray run. And a lot of people don't have 4K, so 4Ks make up less than sometimes 9 or 8 or lower percentage. So it's not. So I'm hoping they'll be available.
Oh, Darren watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the first 5 minutes of it, I was just giving it a try, and it looked really, really good. And it's a decent. It's not bad.
Hey, Danny D.
Danny Dundada.
I just call him Danny D.
Because not much. We're just chilling in the back room, which is the hottest room in the house.
It's not too bad with that fan that we got from Steve's mom.
Yeah, we got hand-me-downs. But
I'm not too proud to take hand-me-downs.
not too proud to beg. So I watched the Alley Cat from Vinegar Syndrome. And the image quality is really good. And it just I've seen this film before, and it just seemed like there was some more footage, but maybe I skipped these parts. I'm not sure. It's a good film as far as for trashy films. Well, thank you, XXXX. We like you too. I don't love you yet, but love takes time. So Ken's saying he wants Anguish, Venom, and Prowler instead of on 4K. Yeah. Ken, if you Ken, if you're talking about Anguish with Rubenstein and that part of the film, there's a great film called The Red Screening. And it takes some inspiration from that film. It's from is it from Peru or something? I can't remember where it's from. Paraguay, but anyway, it's a great tribute to that film and other kind of giallo-ish stuff. It's really, really good. Of course, you have to read subtitles, but Sometimes you have to do that to see some really good stuff. Yeah, Anguish is. When I read the back of Anguish, it says it's the ultimate betrayal of a filmmaker and between the filmmaker and the audience, and I was like, yeah. And it does. If you know the twists and stuff, it's a different thing, but it's a very good movie. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street has to be. You would think that that's got to be in the works, at least even for a new Blu-ray set or something. So, what's my thoughts on the Halloween Kills trailer? I mean, it looks good. It looks gory as hell. I don't know. It's just weird. Especially about everybody saying that, he looked like he was burning up. I think the mask was on fire or something. I can't remember since it's been like 3 years. But I don't know. Sure can, no problem. I watch a lot more older stuff than I do newer stuff. That's for sure. And of course, you watch it over and over again. Sometimes it's better than others. Because you never know anymore. But I saw the trailer. If you look up the trailer on YouTube or something, it's a pretty interesting new film. But the Halloween Kills, I don't know. It almost seems like Michael Myers is turning into Jason, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. At this point of the game, I don't know, or this time of the point in the game, I don't know if it matters, as long as this makes something that's entertaining. Some of the stuff in the last Halloween movie were a little suspect to me, with a little pudgy friend, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big Candyman. I watched it recently. I don't know, within the last year, the original Candyman. And it's like, it's just it's a very 90s movie. I've never seen that many people smoke in a movie, and it was like, damn. Other than like Humphrey Bogart or something, but yeah, I actually bought the. When everybody was finding Candyman at Walmart for $10, I went ahead and bought 2 copies because Dana wanted one, so I got her one, and I just kept one in the wrapper, hoping that I could eBay it, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Maybe a couple years from now, but as of right now, I don't think I can get anything out of it. Yeah, that would be nice. Anguish, I believe, came out in 86, 87, 88. There you go, 87. I definitely didn't hear about it until, obviously years later. I'm trying to remember if I rented it or if I just got it on DVD. I know I have the DVD. And it's, as far as I know, it's not been out on Blu-ray. I think there has been some stuff on the internet from like a TV showing in HD, but nothing more than that. Let me see. What happened to my? What happened? No. Yeah, I've seen. I have that movie somewhere on a hard drive, but I have not watched it. The Anguish from 2015. What is that? Let's see. Whoa! Let me see if I can. There. Okay. I don't. I know I have this, but I have not watched it. It's free to watch on IMDb TV, so. There's tons of crap on like Tubi and IMDb television. Let me see something here. Yeah, Stash. Let's look at Stash. You got Stacey T. Gillespie's in this. Debbie Rashawn. David or Gooseland. Let me see. Well, it ain't showing the boys. Your boys are in it, Wes and Aaron. But they're at the DMV or something getting what about wow. Maximum Shane. Oh my. Do I think Alone in the Dark is overrated? I don't know. I mean, I don't know of a lot of people talking about it. But I don't think it's like super awesome, but it's entertaining. I think I got Jack Schroeder to sign my DVD of it. I met him at a convention some years back. I think it was Wasteland, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause
I mean, it's a decent kind of slasher, crazy people on the loose, and you got all those people. You know, you got Jack Palance, Martin Landau, and then Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasance is a psychiatrist.
Oh, well, whatever. And you got Howling Mad Murdoch from the A-Team. So I mean, you got some character actors there that just chew the shit out of everything. So it's a good movie. But it's not something I would want to watch more than once a year, once every 3 years. Trying to Diabotic. Some of their shit, like they had the Demon set for cheaper than what it would be on Amazon. Let's see if it's midnight. Yeah, John Russo. Yeah, we watched this, didn't we, Dana?
Yeah.
We did a commentary for it, I think. See, I mean, they got... Is that the Blu-ray? Oh, it's 4K. So you can see $50. I think it's supposed to be around 60 or 65, maybe. Oh, jeez. I'll have to look and see if I've got that Ghost movie, Ken. I thought I looked it up and got it, but I can't remember it.
What is it?
Ghost of Sarah DeCorb.
Oh, I don't recall.
Oh, Axel Foley wants the hat. All right. Get your... These are officially going to be available at Halloween Express in a few months. I did see Relic, and I don't know what to think of it, to be honest. I don't think I liked it. I mean, I know there's a few films that if you have a non-ending, or at least an ending that, I don't know. The ending just didn't seem to satisfy me. So, you want the hat? Halloween Express.
No, Spirit of Halloween.
Spirit of Halloween instead. One of those two. That's my gimmick. There's two covers of there's the standard and you get a slipcase pre-order of Death Screams.
What's that?
I said there's a slip cover that you got to pay $3 extra for.
Well,
I don't think it's worth it, but
this coming from a guy that paid $7 for a slip cover for Malibu High.
that's not good, Dana. Yes. Oh. I'll have to see if I got this. I'm going to leave that open so I won't forget it this time if I don't have it. This. No, I think Axel, he's talking about the one that was more, that's like almost 20 years ago, I think. Over 20 years now, that relic. This one was a newer movie. And it's like, I don't know what the hell. It's got like a grandmother, a mother, and a daughter. And they were, I don't know, it's like black mold everywhere growing or some shit. I can't remember the specific. Is there any J-Reel shirts available on the store? Not yet. We're going to get one of his poses. And in black and white. And you can put it here. He's doing it. And then that'll be a big seller. Yeah, something like that. She had dementia or something. Fourth. Dana Lynn.
Yes.
Are you ready for your part of the show?
Are you done?
It's about 7, so I thought. So Dana's gonna do her
Everybody can leave now.
Dana's gonna do her show, and I thought that since I'm on here, she can do it here. And she has her own channel. It's Evil Dead Chick on YouTube. She does some streams, and she does a little bit more preparation than me. I do not do any preparation. At least usually don't.
Well, maybe people like that news.
Well, most people do like that better. That somebody puts effort in it.
Mm.
And
I meant that just goes off the cuff. Maybe
off the
that's
cuff.
more
Oh. Ugh.
I gotta get me another drink.
Dana's got to get some beverages.
Not alcoholic.
No, I had a White Claw today, and I was thinking I'm just going to buy one to try it out, and it was not too bad.
Steve got a little woozy on.
Well, I got a little, Have I ever been to the Full Moon Cinema? Actually, no. I wish that I didn't even. I kind of remember something about that. Name sounds familiar. I have a friend who lives in Mount Juliet that I might be visiting here soon. I doubt we'll have time to go to a movie or anything. God dang it! Get that hair. Come on.
They're really standing out on your cameras.
Yeah. No. No. No.
Are you gonna join me for mine? Because everybody might leave if you go away.
They do conventions. Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, yeah, the full moon tattoo thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've not driven from Louisville to Nashville. So I mean, I'm always afraid it's gonna be like 3 hours. I think it is around 3 hour drive, but I don't know. What films do I watch on 4th of July? I don't really watch. Usually I don't watch horror movies. I've watched that Uncle Sam movie once, and I was like, that's horrible.
And Lustig did that. That's what's so bad.
But there is one movie I've watched a few times, and I like a lot. It's a Yankee Doodle Dandy with James Cagney, and it's a musical. It's not a full musical, but it has
did
music.
you watch that last year?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's a great film.
I haven't seen the Don't Breathe 2 trailer.
I have not watched the trailer, but I mean, me and Dana went and saw the Don't Breathe at the theater, and I liked it.
Did we actually go to the theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the one thing about, like someone was saying that now this guy who had kidnapped women and impregnated them with his semen through a turkey baster and chained them in the basement is now supposed to be the hero of the next meal.
Okay,
so
I don't know.
that's a little pushing it. I mean, but Devil's Rejects turned into
What new thriller is Megan Fox making?
I can't remember it, but I know I've seen.
I don't like Megan Fox. I'm sorry.
I liked her a lot better a few years ago.
Where did we meet?
Where did we meet, Dana?
We
met at
the
Fright Night Film Fest.
Yeah, the Fright Night Film Fest, but we had talked online before we met.
And then she gave a clock to somebody.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Steve.
And
who am I married to?
And she gave an LP of the Savage Streets soundtrack.
I gave a Dawn of the Dead poster with the green lettering. But I gave Steve a Suspiria poster.
Yeah. I don't know about the Megan Fox thriller, but I think I've read something, but it was maybe just a sentence or two. But we are going to go purging.
No, I'm not. The forever purge like that.
Well, we're just doing the one night purge.
No,
I have some neighbors that I really want to get rid of, and so I'm gonna purge. I got my purging outfit right here.
Is that what you made it for?
Yeah. Looks like a jock strap. Kinda.
Steve's gonna wear it like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that.
I think Foresight's going to be at a convention. I can't remember if it's going to be Days of the Dead or...
No, I think it was like Scarefest.
Oh, yeah. I saw him. I took a piss next to him at Wasteland. He had blonde hair, and he had like booty shorts.
Booty shorts on.
And I'm talking about yellow booty shorts. It was some weird shit.
Did you talk to him? Did he talk to you?
No, we didn't. I don't usually talk to people when I'm... I hate people that talk to you while you're taking a leak. That's breaking a code.
I didn't know it was a code, but whatever. What?
They're asking me if since he used the turkey baster is Don't Breathe a Thanksgiving horror film. I guess for a woman it would be. Yeah, I mean
Well, you holler at me when you get.
Well, you can. I'll get out of the way. You can take over. Okay. Well, I don't wanna. I gotta make the wife happy. But yeah, Rejects is a. That seems to be the first. I mean, I did not like House of Thousand Corpses that much, but I mean I've liked it more now. But it still doesn't top Devil's Rejects, and the other one, Lords of Salem, is not on the same level, but all the stuff he does to ape Carpenter makes it a little more enjoyable, I guess. Okay, Matt. Hey, Zach and Trinity. It's a shout out on FM 103. We play the hits. I like the way your icon on here is just a black circle. That's Black Hole Sun. Black Hole Sun wants to come. Take a word. I don't have crap. Wait, here's a little thing. I have a buddy who's he's in the guard. No, he's in the reserve. No, he is in the guard, National Guard. He just got promoted to major. And so I made him like this. Hopefully I see him in a couple weeks when I go down there to Nashville. I'm okay with Rob Zombie's Halloween. Halloweens. Well, I'm okay with not seeing it again. No, Axel, I'm sorry. She's not allowed to wear the hat. She is no captain. But she'll get another hat. She'll get like a buzzard hat or something. I don't know what a buzzard hat. I just made that up. Rob Zombie's Halloween, both of them are horrible. Like some people say that the second one, since it's not following, not a remake that he partially did in the first movie, but still, it's nonsensical and it's crap. I just it's just it's just bad. I went and saw it in the theater, and my buddy and his wife had free tickets, and I felt really bad for them because they had never seen something like this. I would imagine my friend probably had, but his wife hadn't, and it was just like a silence in the. I mean, even with Devil's Rejects, you know, there's a little comedy in that, or a little bit of levity as far as like Tutti fucking Fruity. Everybody laughed and stuff. There is zero joy in the Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. And then, I mean, obviously some movies are pretty bad, or pretty grim, but that's just horrible. Well, Matt, that's good. I used to, I had something, my icon on, YouTube used to be Mark Henry, and then I changed it to, this guy's name's Tarzan from this, Mexican punk movie. So if I ever see anything from, Intrepido Punks, which is a fucking awesome movie, but, I had to change like my Skype picture to like one with me with a tie because I was trying to do an interview years ago. I agree. I mean, they should have gave that movie to the French guys that did Inside or something, and that would have been great. Oh God, Quadruple X. They're going to cross over with Jurassic Park and Fast and the Furious. Well, what I hear of the last Fast and the Furious, that it's pretty much science fiction now. So, Mark Henry can be misleading, but you know, back then I was keeping my anonymity. At least that was my plan. And I did it mainly just to mess with Wes for some reason, because we talked about Mark Henry for some reason. He came up a lot with his Hall of Shame, or Hall of Pain, rather. Yeah, I mean, he really wants to make like that. He wants to make a Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer movie, but you can't shoehorn that into Halloween. That's just not the way it is. Yeah, I heard that Blair. They went to outer space. I mean, I like those movies. I've got a few of them on 4K and they look great, but I don't know. At some point, something's got to end. You know, you just can't run everything into the ground, even though. I can't. I guess I have to reserve judgment until I see it. Right, different countries have so much. They come to stuff from a different point of view. Obviously, their culture, everything, the way. So it's just cool to see those types of horror films from a different way, a different lens, a different set of eyeballs. So. That would have been a better thing. Are we talking about the new Leatherface? There, Mr. X? Or I assume, because no women are going to be watching this, except Dana. I mean, I'm interested to see it. Obviously, they're doing a little bit different. I mean, that first after they did the Texas Chainsaw, then they did that Leatherface movie, which was not very good. Oh, that one. They made that? That's shit. I don't really. I can't say I enjoyed it that much. It came off to me like a direct-to-video movie, pretty much. That and it really didn't seem anything special about it to me. But I don't know. It's at least that's my 2 cents. The Fright Night remake was good. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, obviously, I think you couldn't do the same characters like Peter Vincent. Nobody knows what a horror host is. I mean, they kind of do now a little bit with like Sven Gulli. And then, I mean, Joe Bob does a little bit of everything, but mainly horror movies on there. But, at that point, they were trying to ape Chris Angel, and I believe he was out of style before that movie ever came out. So, I don't know. Like I say, it was better than they said it. Most people thought it was or said it was. Yes, Quadruple X. I did see the remake of Inside, and it was not bad. I liked it. I also like that they changed the ending. Yeah, because, I mean, one thing I don't like about remakes, especially when they remake them, a foreign film and they remake it here, is that sometimes they will just do an exact remake, but usually they don't. But some of the good ones, like the Old Boy with Josh Brolin, I really like the Korean Old Boy movie because it's out there if you've seen it, and that actually got a 4K, but I got the Blu-ray. But and then they changed the ending to that, and and they changed the ending to that one. Yeah, I liked Censor. I know
I hated it.
I'm not saying I will watch it that often if I ever do watch it again. But I like some parts of it. I like the lighting effects. There's a lot of cool harking back to like Suspiria and Inferno with the blue and the green, or with blue, green, and red kind of stuff.
The story.
Well, I'm not talking about the story. I like the story, but I had a good idea when at certain points what was going to happen. I didn't know all the way through, but the last act I kind of figured what was going to happen. But it's different. It's like I think Darren or somebody said it was a slow burn, and I definitely agree with that.
It's a slow burn that never caught fire for me.
I did, but whatever.
Maybe I was expecting something else from the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, well, after I got into it, I kind of adjusted my expectations. So, Possessor. I don't think Dana's seen that one.
I haven't seen it yet.
But I have, and it's pretty good. It definitely has some body horror stuff going on with that, as far as like it's like almost like a secret agent or something. I mean, it's hard to. This lady takes possession of certain people, and especially in the first act or a little thing at the beginning, you could see what she's doing, taking control and eliminating somebody.
Oh,
Eric Perry's asking which one to get.
Well, you'd probably say the Arrow one because.
Well, not in this case. I would say, I mean, if you haven't gotten the 4K yet, I would definitely go ahead and get the Synapse one. Why? One reason is, first, the Blu-rays will be probably region A, and the transfers are going to be pretty much the same because they're based on the Arrow transfers, and then he made some tweaks So possibly there's going to be some, maybe they'll make them better. Maybe the audio will be better. So in that case, I would definitely go that. But I mean, if I already purchased it, I'm okay with what I have.
I'm going to have to get me some kind of hat.
Yes, Dana.
And
I got a hat for you.
And Darren says Center and St. Maud, 2 of the best of the year. And see, me and Darren do usually agree on movies, but I hated both of those movies. So I don't know if my tastes are changing or
your taste buds are going back. She's got Corona. Her taste buds are gone.
Oh God, no.
Her taste is gone. So Dana's taking over. Part of the divorce.
Ready for me to
yes. Part of the divorce agreement is she gets 50% of my show,
and 50% of the super chats.
During your period of the show. But so I'm gonna let Dana do her thing. Dana does have a channel. If you do a search for Evil Dead Chick, it will come up, and she does streams here and there. She usually announces them on the Dead Pit fan page.
But because Steve usually does his on Saturdays, I didn't want to step on his toes, and so that's why I'm doing one after his.
The UK definitely have
a UK. It could be a UK thing. It's possible.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give Dana a hat when she moves over here. So go, Dana.
Well, no, I was thinking I need to come up with my own gimmick.
I got a hand. Sit right here.
No, you're not putting a sombrero. I can't wear that and do a thing, Steve.
You can wear it for a second.
Well, this will just. Ow, man. That hurt my ponytail.
It's Senorita, Dana.
Hey, Blair. Yeah, it's crooked.
There you go.
It's crooked. Okay, I cannot wear this and do a thing. But don't worry, Axel. I will come up with some kind of gimmick, hopefully, before the next time I do one of my shows. Steve's going to do a Mexican dance for you.
I've had this hat for 30-some years. I got it in Mexico for $8.
Steve also has a Mexican blanket.
I do.
And sometimes he uses it when it's cold in the winter. But
show my lady some love, please.
I'm way cooler, Steve.
You are cooler. So
thank you, Eric.
I'll let Dana have the spotlights.
Well, you don't have to leave, Steve.
All right, I'll stay.
Everybody might leave with you.
I'll stay for a little while.
Okay. I'm glad to be in the middle, right directly in front of this camera, because when I'm to the side, it makes me look like I'm really fat. So
I have a big head.
No, you don't.
Go, Dana.
Okay. But I decided what I'm gonna do mine on. Oh, Magic Spells is going to the Monroeville Mall tomorrow for Living Dead weekend.
Yeah, I saw something on Facebook about that.
Isn't Linnea Quigley going to be there or something?
I can't recall.
I thought she was going to be there. Maybe I'm wrong.
Vendors were going to be there, but.
Anyways, I had to decide kind of at the last minute about what I was going to do one on, and I thought, and I went and I looked at my Blu-rays, and I thought, well, I haven't really talked about Sam Raimi's buddies.
His butt?
Films, his buddies, his friends that he grew up with in Michigan. And the movies that they made. And in particular, I thought of Intruder that Scott Spiegel did. Directing The Hitcher Part 3. No, I don't think anybody's going to let me direct anything.
Hitcher 3, Busey versus Busey. It's going to be
Jake
and Gary going to fight each other.
To the death.
Yes. To the death.
But I'm going to talk about Intruder.
By Snow.
No.
By the Canadian rapper Snow.
No. And I'm going to talk about Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, which was directed by Josh Becker.
Josh Pecker.
Steve's just making that name. I also want to talk about these, which are the Super 8 shorts, most of which Scott Spiegel and Josh Becker did.
I got Super shorts.
Yeah, Steve's got Salute Your Shorts, like that show. But anyway, I'm not going to take up too much of anybody's time.
Take it all up, Dana. Midnight.
Take it.
5 a.m.
Because I'm sure with the time difference, I don't know what the time is over in England. What is
5
it?
hours ahead, Dana.
Okay. So it's probably pretty late for like Darren. So
BBC Two is off air.
Is it off air now?
No.
So
do you like Within the Woods, Dana? Of course she does.
Darren, I would like for us to get Within the Woods, but the way
you got 20 people watching, Dana.
Great. The way Sam Raimi talks, it's never going to surface in any kind of like semi-professional format. So Steve's showing off his muscles there in the background. I would love for it to be, and I would love for them to be able to remaster it a little bit where you can actually see some of it, because I don't know if Steve has seen Within the Woods or not.
Yes, I've seen it. I'm good.
Steve never needs to see that one again either. So.
Well, did you hear that they're HBO Max? Campbell and them are making Evil Dead Rises. It's going to be Evil Dead in a apartment building like Demons 2.
And Raimi doesn't have anything to do with it?
I think he might producing, but your thoughts?
I would rather have Evil Dead 4, but I don't ever see that happening because Sam Raimi's too busy making superhero movies.
Are there any other supermarket slashers?
Are there... I'm trying to think if there
are.
That
Fear Street had a finale in a supermarket.
And I actually said it reminded me of Intruder.
Well, the one kill is.
But that's a good question. XXXX. I will have to get back to you on that because other than the Fear Street thing that Steve just mentioned, I really can't recall any. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started, but y'all feel free to put things in the chat, and Steve can help me keep track of the chat while I'm blabbing.
I'll be a moderator.
The begging of Cobra and Stone Cold.
The beginning of Cobra and Stone Cold.
Okay.
Stone Cold is a far superior movie to Cobra, in my opinion.
Oh, Stone Cold. We watched that, didn't we?
Brian Bellsworth and what's his name? Lance Hendrickson and Booty Shorts.
Yeah.
Forsythe's in it.
Yeah. That was okay. I mean,
it's got a great soundtrack.
The Demons Go movie tickets.
Yeah. I don't even know where. I think mine's in the case, but.
Is that going to be like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka thing?
Maybe.
You get a go ticket, then something special's going to happen. But anyway. But again, Steve can keep track of the chats, but I'm going to go ahead and collection in the back, Steve. Steve will do that. He'll think about that. I just noticed the big stain on our ceiling.
Yeah, it's a water stain.
But anyway, Intruder. I don't know how many of you have seen this one.
Nah.
But this is the director's cut that was put out by Synapse a few years ago.
Is there a work print or something on there, or is that something else?
And I do have.
Does that come with it?
Yes, this came with it. And I have watched the work print. This is number 403 out of 500.
You just barely made it.
I know. And this is probably about.
Whoa. Matt's asking Stone Cold versus Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. That is a more close call.
I'll let Steve make that call.
I had the cassette of the soundtrack for Harley Davidson, and I love that thing. There's a song, Tower of Love, and the band was called Roadhouse. I listened to fucking hell out of that song. And I do, I don't know. I can't. I still think that maybe as far as just the action and everything, I think that Stone Cold still wins, but it's a lot closer call I really like Harley Davidson and the Marble Man. I need to get that one on Blu-ray. I do not have that one. And plus, it's got Big John Studd in it. So.
Oh.
Back on Dana.
Oh, Darren missed out on the work print. I mean, I don't think you're missing that much with the work print because it's very rough, as most work prints are, Darren. So, if you only got the director's cut, don't feel like you're missing that much.
Don't fret.
And Magic Spells, I think you definitely should upgrade if you can get a hold of this set. Even without the work print, it's worth it.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
It's a 2K digital restoration. It's got audio commentary with writer-director Scott Spiegel and producer Lawrence Bender, who a lot of you that have watched Tarantino's early stuff for sure know that Lawrence Bender worked with him, I think, in a producing capacity on some of Tarantino's early films.
If you're just a quick thing about Tarantino, if you're a big Tarantino fan, he's on this podcast quite a lot called the Pure Cinema Podcast.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot to do with the new Beverly Theater that he owns in Hollywood, but he gets on there and they were talking like 4 hours on like public domain movies, and he's got one for kung fu movies and all kinds of different topics or different ways of talking about movies. So just a little suggestion, if you want to kill some time, that would be a good show to listen to. I was listening to it while I was mowing the grass.
Yeah, Steve mowed the grass this afternoon. But I'm not, before I say this, don't think that I don't like Scott Spiegel. I really do. But I do.
She hates him. That's what you were saying earlier. You said you
no, I did not. I did not.
Scott Spiegel in his
Spiegel.
Spiegel ass.
Spiegel. But a lot of people are kind of turned off by Scott Spiegel when he does commentaries. Oh yeah, the Incredibly Strange Film Show. I was actually going to bring that up. If you have not, yes, I was. If you have not caught those clips, they used to be on YouTube, and I ripped them from YouTube. And it does have Sam Raimi talking quite a bit on there and talks about the making of Intruder.
Matt, what the hell are you talking about, son? Demons. That's not boring. Demons 2, not boring. I mean, if you get some of the older black and white ones, I mean, they're more gothic horror than anything. But that and Stage Fright, anything, I can't think of anything.
I mean, there's a lot of good Italian horror. Any of Fulci's stuff.
All the Fulci stuff. I mean, you
most
can't be
of
bored.
Argento's
You
stuff.
can't be bored with that.
I've been looking for Thou Shalt Not Kill, except I am going to talk about that one here in a second, the poet. What? See?
Thou shalt not kill except if you owe my ass money.
Well, that's from Steve. But anyway, back to Scott Spiegel. When you look, I don't know if Steve has ever listened to a commentary that Scott Spiegel's on, but I know that he was on the Evil Dead 2 commentary with Raimi and Campbell, and Axel wants to hear my thoughts on Spiegel.
Steven Spiegelberg. Suspiria. You can't be bored with Suspiria.
No.
You can't.
Or Tenebrae or Deep Red or...
You're Deep Red. You can't. No, Matt. No!
But, Axel, I'll tell you a little more of my thoughts on Scott Spiegel. I like him, and I don't really mind listening to his commentary, but he and Campbell and Raimi seem to kind of feed off of each other, and it's kind of this goofy Three Stooges kind of thing when they get together, and and I guess that annoys some people, but I actually like it when they all get together to do a commentary. But in this case, it's just Spiegel and Bender doing one, and so that may make people say I don't want to listen to just them two, but it was actually a pretty good commentary. Um, I, actually, Scott Spiegel seems like he's kind of nervous, like a a Jeff Goldblum. You know how when Jeff Goldblum talks, it's just like when he's in the movies. And,
Wait, yes, no, wait, yes,
are you doing Jeff Goldblum?
yes.
Okay. House by the Cemetery. Can't get into Zombie or Gates of Hell. Oh my gosh, Matt. You need
Eh,
to. Or The Beyond. Oh,
well, he liked
wow.
some of them, so.
But he loved Demons, Pieces, and Tenebrae, so.
New York Ripper is, yeah, it's more of a sleazy pick, but yeah,
What was Axel on what movie?
whatever you
Oh.
were talking about.
I was
On
talking about
Spiegel,
Oh, well,
Steven Spiegel.
Scott. Um, Intruder is the one that I was talking about just a few seconds ago, Axel, where it's just him and Lawrence Bender doing the commentary. But if you want to hear Spiegel and Raimi and Campbell doing a commentary, and I believe Greg Nicotero as well is on that commentary for Evil Dead 2. Eric, I also have the 88 Films release of Intruder as well. I didn't pull that one off of my shelf to show, but I do have that one as well. Um, I I just want to tell, this is kind of a little rant. This happened to me years and years ago, but since I'm kind of talking about Sam Raimi and Scott Spiegel and all those guys, um, years ago, way before I'd met Steve or anything, I um, I had a website pretty much dedicated to Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi, Bruce Campbell, all those guys, and it's kind of one of those things where you don't know better when you start building a website for the first time. And so I didn't really know where to get my own material at that time. So I innocently took pictures that I found on the internet and put them on my page. And they were just like pictures of different people and kind of behind the scenes stuff. And I don't even know who this person is, but they were part of some big exclusive fan club. Um, and I don't know if they actually knew Sam Raimi and Scott Spiegel and all those guys personally, or they just acted like they did. But the person's screen name was Sammy Silverwind, and I'm not really sure it was a girl or a guy. I just assumed it was a girl. And she wrote me this long letter about how I better take those pictures that I've got off my website, and those people wouldn't be too happy if they knew that I stole pictures from their website. But honestly, these pictures were not taken by the people that had these websites. These were old pictures that had been floating around for a long time. And so, I mean, I ended up taking the pictures off because I didn't know who this person was, or if they had any legal connections or anything like that. What in the heck are you doing, Steve? Steve's gonna do a snuff film for you. Stop. Uh, but where do we? I want to take a break here and say the XXXX wants to know, where do we rank opera in Argento's line of work? I think for me it's towards the middle somewhere. It's not towards the top.
It's not the classic, but it's just after the classics of the 70s. And opera is definitely below Inferno and Tenebrae, of course. So it's not, it's like his B stuff, B plus.
Uh, XXXX says, screw them, Dana. This is something I don't think I ever told you about, Steve, that happened to me before we met each other.
I heard something about, taking pictures down.
I had to take some pictures down that were not owned by these people that had other websites, but somebody named Sammy Silverwind told me I better take them down. Sammy Silverwind.
Was he
I don't know if it was a girl or a guy. I assumed it was a girl.
A Native American? Here's a crazy film. Blood Sect.
Oh, yes.
It's got a baby doll devil in it at the end.
And I agree with Axel that about love hearing those guys talk about the making those movies is because they show how creative people can be without much money. Steve's going to have a little entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing, and then I'm going to move on from this, the other thing about this Sammy Silverwind character is he, she, it, whoever they are, talk like they had personal or went to personal pool parties at Scott Spiegel's house or somebody's house. And I don't know who the person was, but you know, this was in the early days of the internet when people were starting to build their websites and things like that. And I don't think it would happen as much anymore because I think a lot of those elitist people have disappeared. But like I said, that was the early days, and people wanted to have their stamp all over everything. And but anyway, oh, I don't know, Matt. I personally don't know any other Jallos per se that would be so over the top as Pieces. I guess I don't consider Pieces a Jallo that much. I consider Pieces to be like an exploitation gore film. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I do. But I just don't put that in the same category as ones that I think are hardcore Jallos. Steve, do you think Pieces is a Jallo? Because Matt's wanting to know, are there any other Jallos like Pieces? And I couldn't think of any that... But I don't think of Pieces as a Jallo.
I mean, it's... anything almost like a slasher can be considered a Jallo in some ways. I haven't seen Vicious Fun, but I saw it come up, and I might watch it soon.
And I'm trying to remember if Scott Spiegel has been a producer. And
did he direct the third?
He did like
Hostel 3.
Hostel 3.
Which is like if you want to talk about direct-to-video...
that's one Scott Spiegel movie that I have not
it's not that
wanted
good
to see because I didn't like the other Hostel
movies.
I
mean, at least you could tell that Eli Roth made those movies. I don't even think there's that much nudity in them, which you got to have nudity. But
maybe Spiegel didn't want to do
Pieces, I mean, it's a Spanish film, obviously. But I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, like I said, anything slasher-ish. I mean, like Bay of Blood is a Jallo, but it's also a slasher, so either one.
So now Matt says, there any more gory exploitation films like Pieces? A ton, probably, that I'm just...
I mean, New York Ripper is pretty gory, and I mean, it's...
Yeah, but ain't New York Ripper more of a Jallo than Pieces?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard. You know, when you're getting muddy waters like that, it's all kinds of different genres and stuff. Oh yeah, Absurd, definitely good one. Thanks, Darren, because you know.
Very good, Darren.
Absurd is insane. And actually, it is the title. The movie is Absurd.
Is that the one where under the title Monster Hunter?
Yeah, Monster Hunter is pretty much where a lot of people saw it. Wizard Video.
That's where I saw it originally.
But it's got a good Blu-ray transfer. It's definitely fun. All right, Axel. Show's over with. All right, I'm
He
leaving.
said no disrespect,
Ah,
Captain. Okay.
Okay, whatever. Go, Dana, go.
But anyway, if you've never seen Intruder, I would highly recommend this one. It's a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, I don't really remember any other supermarket type slashers. Um, Eric, he may have been producer on 2001 Maniacs. I cannot recall right now. Um, I guess I mainly focused on the stuff that Spiegel directed rather than produced, and that's probably why I can't recall anything that he produced. So you may very well be right on that. Intruder is just a fun, gory, pretty much over the top film. Um, if you're wanting a serious film, don't go with Intruder, but it just has so much fun stuff in it. And also, I'm a huge fan of both Sam Raimi and his brother Ted. They are both in this movie. There are also cameos by, I believe, Greg Nicotero. Danny Hicks is in the movie. Like I said, Sam Raimi's in it. Ted Raimi's in it. The guy, Burr Steers, I believe his name is, he showed up in Pulp Fiction as the guy that's laying on the couch when the two hitmen come in and start asking them questions about the suitcase. XXXX, I guess you could, but that one is, The Mist is more, to me, a monster movie or creature feature. And but I guess some people could see it as a slasher. But in my personal opinion, I see it more as a throwback to those creature feature films, because there's all kinds of creatures that come out of this mist to attack people in the supermarket. Steve, you'll have to help me out with this one. John Martin wants to know what's the one where there's a murder in Edwidge Phoenix apartment. Steve? What? There's a question here that you're going to have to help me on.
Yes, ma'am.
John Martin wants to know what is the one where there is a murder in Edwidge Phoenix apartment.
Are we talking about the case of the bloody Iris?
Oh. And Darren said Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward.
Yeah, they all run together.
Yeah, actually, I would agree with that. I mean, I've never worked a midnight shift at a supermarket. Steve, when you worked at Walmart, did you ever have to work any midnight shifts?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. I couldn't stay awake. Well, I mean, I could then, but I didn't want to be there.
But it would work for, if somebody did want to start killing people off, and I'm not giving people suggestions to do that, but it is very desolate and would be easy for somebody to pick off people randomly in that kind of environment. Oh yeah, Eric, I had forgotten that the guy from Green Acres was in it. Yeah, there was another guy too, and I'm forgetting his name right now, that was in this old movie, and he says the same line, I believe, in the old movie that he says in Intruder, which is "Hold hands, you lovebirds," and you guys might recall who that guy is. Matt, I would say for me, The Evil Dead, definitely, which everybody pretty much knows that when they see my screen name is Evil Dead Chick. Also, Friday the 13th movies, really the early ones are the ones that I watch the most often. Um, Nightmare on Elm Street films, Halloween films, uh, any of Stephen King stuff. Um, and then sometimes I get into, this isn't stuff that I rewatch on a regular basis, but sometimes I get into spells where I just want to watch really out there stuff or really bad stuff. Steve's always laughing at me about getting stuff like Microwave Massacre on Blu-ray or Horror House on Highway 5, Doom Asylum. Um, okay, Matt, thank you. The guy from the Three Stooges. Yeah. Um, Axel, I don't know because I called Intruder late in the game. And I really don't know how popular it was when it came out. I kind of suspect that it was one that slid under the radar, and that probably hardcore fans of like Raimi and Campbell and Spiegel and Becker and Tappert and all those that group of guys um, were probably the main supporters of this movie when it came out. And let's see. Oh, XXXX. That's a hot button topic with me. I absolutely hated the Evil Dead remake. Steve and I actually went to the theater and saw that. And I wish I had all the time back that I spent in that theater watching that movie. That was the biggest, for me, that was one of the biggest pieces of crap and waste of my time. And maybe if it hadn't been called Evil Dead, I'd been okay with it. But, and I'm not saying that a remake has to be a shot for shot remake, but this was a travesty. I mean, I cannot believe that Raimi actually gave his seal of approval to this. Ugh. I don't know. It's just sickening to me the way that story was. I mean, you didn't tarnish the original movie because, heck, I'll go back and watch the original Evil Dead a million times over, and I will never, ever, ever, ever watch that horrible remake ever again. Um, it might have been okay as a horror film that didn't have Evil Dead attached to it, but pretty much, in my opinion, the Evil Dead remake had nothing to do with the Evil Dead legacy at all. And Steve liked it, of course, but Darren agrees with me that it was awful.
It's great.
Eric, I think a part of my soul died too, and a part of my brain died when I saw that movie. It's just terrible. Well, actually, it's hard to pinpoint one thing that I didn't like about it, other than to say if it had been called anything but Evil Dead, and they just put it out there, then I would have just said it was just a bad horror movie. But to have the Evil Dead name attached to it, and for Sam Raimi to give his seal of approval on it, it just made me want to vomit. Because there were so many things that had nothing to do with the Evil Dead legacy. There was things about drug abuse and all kinds of things that had no.
No, that was just that's just the precursor to get them to the cabin.
Why couldn't they get them to the cabin another way? Why did they have to have the
you gotta
girl?
ask Fendi, Mr. Alvarez, or whoever wrote it. But I mean, that was
I don't want to ask.
That's what they needed to do to get to the cabin, and then that kind of took the one chick out of the story for a while, and then she got possessed, and then basically the last person standing. But
Well,
I'm not, it's definitely not a traditional Evil Dead movie of the first three.
It was like they tried to make a horror movie out of that intervention show.
Well, either way, I liked it.
Well,
It's not, obviously it's not as fun as any of the other three, but I still like it. But
But Steve, since you're in here,
what?
let's see, hold on. Matt asked, "What are y'all's most rewatched horror flicks?" And I already gave mine.
Well, what do you think mine are? Because I can't remember.
But Darren, I didn't like Drag Me. I hated Drag Me to Hell too. I was sad for Sam Raimi when that movie was made.
I liked. At a point, Halloween or Friday 13th Part 5 was. I rewatched that too much, and I watched some the Hammer films, like Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. I watched that a lot.
Yeah. It was I agree with Matt. The new Evil
I don't
Dead
think
is
it was
depressing.
I don't think it was depressing as something like whatever.
XXXX says my favorite Sam Raimi slasher is Spider-Man 3. Okay, since somebody mentioned Spider-Man, I
look like I got really good teeth here. They're really bright.
I was so upset when they started giving Sam Raimi these superhero movies. Because you know why?
Because she wanted him to be poor.
No, I didn't want him to be poor. I wanted him to make the damn Evil Dead 4. I think if they had not given him Spider-Man, then he would have eventually made Evil Dead 4. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
But that's just how I feel about that.
I personally feel about it.
And also, wasn't that the damn reason Sam Raimi canceled one of these conventions where we would have seen him at?
Spider-Man!
Get that off, man. Wasn't he making the Doctor Strange sequel? Wasn't that why he had to pull out of one of the conventions?
Well, at that point, maybe, but I don't remember. But he's making that now, I think. Or maybe, yeah, they're making that now.
But anyway, Steve, did you finish up your most rewatched horror movies? I kind of got off topic because I seen something else on there.
Oh, shit!
I don't know why my dogs are doing that. They must have heard something outside.
Come on, get ready, Dana.
Steve's ready to fight. But, okay, anyway, while Steve's looking, I'm going to go ahead.
Deep Red definitely is one I revisit a lot. Yeah, Greg Me to Hell is bad, man. That's worse than Drag Me to Hell. Greg sucks, right, Dana?
Greg's my boss.
I know. Little girl. You better sit down, boy.
Yeah, I never did get around to watching Oz the Great and Powerful. I kind of wanted to, but then I didn't end up doing it. But if it was a flop, maybe I didn't really miss anything. The Gift was good. I will agree there. Drag Me to Hell just seemed like they were trying to cram too many Evil Dead references into a movie that was not an Evil Dead movie. And also, I didn't like the two main actors, or two main actor and actress. James, I don't watch too many westerns, but I did enjoy The Quick and the Dead. There are other westerns I like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Hang 'em High. There's different ones that I like. I grew up with a dad that really was into westerns. Red, the best Stephen King film. Oh my gosh, I don't. That's a really hard one for me because, I pretty much like them all because I'm a huge, huge Stephen King fan. Uh, oh, a Simple Plan. Is that the one you're talking about, Axel? I love A Simple Plan. I can't right now pinpoint what exactly it is that I like so much about it. I it must be something to do with the storytelling mechanism that thing the tension level just keeps getting ratcheted up all through this movie. When you think it can't get any worse for these people, it gets worse. And I I don't know. I always really liked that one. I also liked For Love of the Game as well. And Steve's like, I don't care about that movie. I don't want to watch something about baseball. But for me, it's not all about baseball. It's also about, you know, relationships, which you guys are thinking, oh, God, it's a chick flick. But not really. Because it talks a lot about the man's role in the relationships, and I think if you give it a try, you would like it. Um, Eric, I would agree. It was like a fanboy um, interpretation of a Raimi film. Uh, Very good. That is a good analogy. Um, I think some parts of For Love of the Game made me teary eyed too. Um, yeah, Matt, I would agree with you there. I'm a 70s through mid 90s. Um, Most of the stuff that came after that time period, I'm not interested in. There are a few things that I like, but 70s to mid 90s for me is the prime time, especially 70s and 80s movies. Um, I, Darren, one thing about The Shining that I will say, The Shining, Kubrick's The Shining, is a great horror movie, but it does not follow King's novel very well at all, and that's probably one huge reason why Stephen King never liked Kubrick's adaptation. It's an excellent horror movie, and it hits all the right buttons when it comes to that. But I think Kubrick really was trying to do something different than the novel. But I do like it. But I also think that the miniseries that came out several years later was a more faithful adaptation of King's novel. Um, Salem's Lot's great, Carrie's great. Um, a lot of people don't like the original Pet Cemetery, but I do. It's just hard for me because I'm such a huge Stephen King fan. It is so hard for me to pick just like a handful of favorites because there's so much that I like about all of them. Um, I think the only two that I was not real wowed by were ones that were done much later. Was Kingdom Hospital, which wasn't even based on King's work, and Rose Red. Those were the two that I just kind of felt fell flat a little bit. Yes, yeah, XXXX. I do know that. I you know I the Poltergeist remake wasn't terrible. The Grudge remakes weren't terrible either. They might not have been the best movies in the world. Uh, let's see. I'm sorry, guys, if I miss any of any of y'all's comments. I'm trying to keep up with all of these. See, Matt, I love Silver Bullet. I love Maximum Overdrive. I love Cat's Eye. I mean, I like I said, the two that I wasn't too fond of was Kingdom Hospital, which again, like I said, that was not based on King's work, and Rose Red. Um, um, well, okay, Axel, I will try to get back on topic. Like I said, I was trying to keep up with everybody's comments there. I didn't want to leave anybody out. And I do like getting off on tangents and talking about different stuff. But I'll move on from Intruder, other than to say, if you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. It's a great Scott Spiegel film. I would rather watch that than Hostel 3, actually. Um, the next one is done by one of Sam Raimi's other friends, Josh Becker. This is Thou Shalt Not Kill Except. This is an expanded version of a short film that Becker did years before this came out, called Striker's War. Uh, yeah, Darren, Dead Zone's great. Yeah, Hoax, Steve had a sex change while you were away. Yeah, he's turned into his wife. Uh, but anyway, back to Thou Shalt Not Kill Except. Um, you'll notice there it says from the producers of Evil Dead. And you also see Sam Raimi, who plays a demented cult leader, kind of a Manson-esque cult leader in this. The film starts out with guys that are soldiers and they're friends too, but they're in Vietnam supposedly. But if you look closely, you can tell that this was not filmed in Vietnam. They didn't have the money to go actually to Vietnam and film. We're not talking about something like Full Metal Jacket or Apocalypse Now or any of that kind of stuff. They didn't have that kind of money. So it was pretty much kind of filmed in somebody's backyard and stuff, and you can really tell that this is not some foreign country. Um, but when the guys come back from the war, the buddies try to get together with the main guy here. Here you'll see towards the front, and they run afoul of this cult run by Sam Raimi's character, and Ted Raimi's also part of the cult too. And you know, some parts of it are wacky and a little offbeat, and probably the film is not quite as well made as Intruder, but it's fun. And you know, I laughed at a lot of Sam Raimi's scenes, a lot of Ted's scenes. I mean, because they were really wanting to go over the top with this. I could tell that, and they were having a lot of fun, which to me should be the point of making a film, is not to make everybody all depressed and stuff. It'd be to have fun while you're making it. So there's only one part that really bothers me in this. And I know they didn't really kill a dog, but I'm a dog lover, so I am very sensitive to any kind of animal violence, where it's fake or not, in films, especially when it's directed towards dogs. And I do believe that the cult people kill uh, Stryker's dog. And there's this whole scene near the beginning where while he was away, his dog was being kept at a kennel. People were taking care of it, and the dog was so happy when he came to get him. And then for that awful thing to happen within this movie just broke my heart. Um, but this one is also put out by Synapse Films. Um, it's got some good special features. And it does have the original Super 8mm short film Strikers War, starring Bruce Campbell in the title role. Um, he did not play it in this version, but he did play it in Strikers War. There are two audio commentaries featuring Josh Becker, Bruce Campbell, and star Brian Schultz. Um, there's interviews with Bruce Campbell, deleted scene with optional director's commentary, alternate title sequence. Um, yeah, this is a pretty good package, and I don't remember this being all that expensive when I bought it. I don't know about now because I have not checked prices recently, um, and I don't really know the current price on Intruder as well. But I highly recommend both of these, um, because let me tell you, and I'm going to talk about this a little more when we get to the Super 8 shorts here in just a second, is you can see where they were building, even Raimi was building his reputation as a filmmaker, even way back when they were making the Super 8 movies. And you see similar things in these movies that you saw in like the Evil Dead movies and stuff like that, which both Scott Spiegel and Josh Becker, I believe, helped Raimi with some parts of the Evil Dead series of films. Oh wow, Eric, that might be actually worth some money. Star Maker VHS, um, because this one I was late in the game of watching it too, because I learned so much about Raimi and his early filmmaking. He's cutting his teeth making these Super 8 shorts. Um, a fan of Body Double. I honestly I have not watched Body Double in a while, Matt. I do remember liking it, but I would really need to watch it again before I gave a really good maybe review of it. Um, yeah, that would be cool. The Love Bug with Bruce Campbell. Um, there were actually some early Bruce Campbell stuff that some of it didn't even have anything to do with Sam Raimi. Uh, I let's see, what was that film? Going Back is a good one. That's like a kind of a coming of age film that has Bruce Campbell on it. Um, I am waiting to get my copy of Running Time on Blu-ray. Um, I really like that movie as well. Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing a remastered version of it and any extra features that they might have on there. Uh, XXXX, I think I'm gonna bow out on the Purge. I didn't even like the Purge movies. I thought they were stupid, but yeah, I agree, Hoax. Running Time is a very good movie. Yeah, Darren, if somebody was going to ask me which one I preferred or which one I liked the best out of Dress to Kill and Body Double, I would definitely have to say Dress to Kill. The only thing that irritates me about Dress to Kill is Angie Dickinson's character, and I'm glad that she gets killed off pretty early. And I know that sounds awful, but she just her moaning and groaning about her sexual problems just gets on my last nerve, and that but that's the only thing that I don't like about that. Blowout is good. Yeah, I agree with that one. um, but I think I'm going to move on to the Super 8 shorts. A lot of these, which even if Sam Raimi wasn't directing or producing, he was acting in them. And you can really see in these Super 8s that they were all cutting their teeth, and you can see where those kernels of creativity were starting to really pop. And I think that people that I'm really interested in, like Sam Raimi, Scott Spiegel, Josh Becker, Rob Tappert, um, Ted Raimi, all those guys. Plus, there's people like Tim Quill that show up in here, um, and they're all quite young. I mean, there's some really old stuff when the guys were all super, super young. Um, and if you guys are interested in getting these, there were three of them that were put out, and they were put out on super8shorts.com. And they pretty much have the majority of the short films that were done in the early, mid, late 70s, most of them. A lot of them were done by Scott Spiegel. The remainder, like most of the ones on the third set, are done by Josh Becker. And it's a really cool package. I mean, the discs themselves are in cases that look like Kodak, like film, or Super 8, where you would have your Super 8 film developed. And then, I mean, they're professionally done, but it just looks like something somebody would have created way back in the Super 8 days. And I think that I got limited editions, so I had a few extra things with them. And you can see they went to a lot of trouble to make this look like somebody used some stained up paper to fill out, notes on the contents, and actually what's included on the disc. And the first one only has one disc, but this was really cool too. These look like actual photos. They look like those, when you used to send your film off to get it developed, and then the pictures would come back. These look like these pictures that my mom has at home, these old pictures. So I just love that. I'll show you some of these here. Oops, I think that one's upside down. Sorry about that. And you can actually see, I believe that's Scott Spiegel with the black hat on. You can see just how young these guys were at the time. And this one says, presenting Spiegel and Bill Ward's Super 8 shorts. These are probably the oldest, I would say. There's one from 1969, actually. It includes Inspector Clutch Saves the Day, Pies and Guys, Corny Casanovas, For Crying Out Loud, Peace of Mind, A Night in a Sanitarium, Loose Loot, Three Smart Saps, Three Pests in a Mess, Booby Bartenders, and Curse of the Werewolf Teaser. And you can see a lot of Three Stooges influence even in this Super 8 stuff. A whole lot of Three Stooges influences. And I want to say I gave about $25 to $35 for each one of these. And I'm so glad that I got them, because, like I said, I don't even know if they're available for sale now. But you could always go to super8shorts.com and see if they've got any left. So, the second one has Scotty Spiegel's Shorts Part 2. Now, this one is my favorite of the three, because It has a lot of the ones that I'm most familiar with that I've seen from other collections because it has Attack of the Helping Hand, The Blind Waiter, Toro, 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 Cleveland Smith Bounty Hunter, uh, and it also has Halfwit's Holiday, All the World's a Stooge, No Doughboys, The Singing Nutses, I'll Never Heal Again, The James Hoffa Story, James Bombed in Here Today, Gun Tomorrow. There's Channel 62's The Ghoul Show segments that some of the guys were actually on in the audience or whatever. Um, you have a newer version of Attack of the Helping, or a remastered version, a compilation of short clips 1974 to 1979, The Blind Waiter, I guess a more remastered version, Toro, 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 same thing. Actually, it's Scott Spiegel's edit of that. Cleveland Smith Bounty Hunter, the producer's cut. Um, and there's also something called Breakdancing Stooges from 1984, which somehow they made it look like the Three Stooges were breakdancing, which is really, really funny. I found it entertaining. Um, and again, this is the Metropolitan Film Group years, is what they call this. And again, it's really looks like a rough piece of paper that somebody's put the notes on and everything. Again, I got pictures that look like real pictures. There's another one, I believe, that has Scott Spiegel in it. There's one of Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi from The Blind Waiter. There's Bruce Campbell in one of the other movies. There's Scott Spiegel and Bruce Campbell on some girl, I'm not sure what her name is, from one of the shorts. So, yeah, if I had to say which was my favorite of the three of these, I would definitely say the second one is my favorite. Now, sadly, some things are missing that you could probably, I know at one time you could find them on YouTube. Things like 6 Months to Live, other things like Within the Woods, which is pretty much Raimi's thing. It explains why it's not on Scott Spiegel and Josh Becker's collections. Now, the last one is Josh Becker's Super 8 shorts. It has Public Enemy Revisited, some additional footage from that short, Oedipus Rex, Super Student. Now, the thing about these first three, there is no audio to these. So you're literally just watching it and hearing like what sounds like a film projector in the background. A little bit disappointed in that, but maybe they lost the audio to it, because there is a credit for the audio, or sound rather. But The Case of the Topanga Pearl, The Final Round, Acting and Reacting, Holding It, The Blind Waiter, I believe all those have audio. Strikers War is also on here. Toro, Toro, Toro with the original edits. Cleveland Smith Bounty Hunter. Then there's something under... Yes, Darren, it is an awesome set. There's something under the heading of Spine Chillers called Sorry I Couldn't Make It. These are from 2013. Sorry I Couldn't Make It. Are You on Your Way? And there's one estate sale from 2014. I have yet to see those. I would probably have to get back to you on those. There are also trailers for Thou Shalt Not Kill Except and Becker's film from 1999, If I Had a Hammer. So, I highly recommend these if you can get a hold of them. If you can't find them on super8shorts.com, or that site doesn't exist anymore, you might try. Oh, I forgot to show you the little extras in here. Of course, you have a one-page little thing description. You have some more pictures. There's Bruce Campbell. I believe that's Josh Becker there. That looks like Josh Becker and Bruce Campbell, at least in that picture. There's Bruce Campbell. That's probably from Strikers War. This picture as well is probably from Strikers War. Here's a picture I love because my guy, Ted Raimi, is in this. Very young Ted Raimi with Josh Becker in the background, I believe. There's another picture. And there's a picture of Josh Becker and Sam Raimi. So, the deluxe sets are sold out, but the standard sets look to be still for sale. So your girlfriend said you can get one set. She's not going to let you get all three of them? Oh, come on. You got to have all three. But I will show you the discs too. The discs themselves actually look like film reels. I mean, I just love the packaging on it. Like I said, it's not 100% professional, but I like that. I like the fact that it doesn't have to be 100% professional. But that's about all I have to talk about, because like I said, I'm going at the tail end of Steve's show, and like I said, I didn't want to keep everybody that long, because I know, with the time difference, some people are going to have to rest and things like that. But does anybody have any more questions for me or for Steve? Because I'm probably going to holler at him to come back in here, because I think he has to do an outro for these ones. Or if anybody has any ideas for things I can do when I do my live stream next. Like I said, I didn't want to step on Steve's toes and say, oh, I'm going to do one at 6:05, when I know that on Saturday Steve does his stream at 6:05. So I said I would just be on the tail end and do a quick thing. But if nobody has anything else, I'm going to holler at Steve to shut her down. Eric, I will say, see if your girlfriend will let you get the other two. Thank you, Darren. I appreciate that. I was beginning to feel like nobody liked my live streams. That was another reason why I decided to kind of piggyback off of his. Thank you, Axel. I'm glad you learned about some new DVDs as well. That's part of the reason I show this stuff that a lot of people might not have seen or heard about. Like those Super 8 shorts I ran across by accident, and it was just too good to pass up, having a pre-packaged deal that had most of those Super 8 shorts on it. Now, Steve's not really interested in it. I had him watch some of them, and he fell asleep during it and said he was not interested in watching anymore. So that you got two schools of thought on that anyway. But thank you guys for being here and for staying here with me and hanging in there while I blathered on about nonsense. And so I guess I'm going to have Steve shut the stream down. So thanks again, guys, and I hope to be back with something on my channel here maybe in a few days or so. But thanks so much. Steve, you gonna shut this thing down? Yeah, but I thought you had to show an outro when you
Sure.
did your thing, but I'm gonna get out of the way here. What did Eric say?
Crazy V.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, his girlfriend said he could get one of these Super 8 short film discs.
So thanks everybody for showing up. Peace out. I'll try to be back next weekend if I can get my mouse to show up somewhere. There he is.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DEADPIT on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old DEADPIT radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. DEADPIT on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.